Mommy, and today I want to talk to you about getting ready in the morning and how tough that can be, especially when it comes to making lunches for your kids for school. I am constantly in a rush, no matter how much I want to plan and how much I want to get up early and get dressed before the kids. 9 times out of 10, my little one ends up being my alarm clock, and so I hit the ground running, getting them dressed, getting me dressed, getting everybody downstairs, trying to get them fed and their lunches made, because God knows I should be making it the night before, but that just doesn't happen. It's always in the morning in the rush of everything. So generally I get their breakfast made and them eating at the table, and then I'm over here making their lunches while they're occupied and snacking to try and get some food into my own belly before we leave for school. So one of the things that their preschool requires, and most other schools and even moms would rather have this, is that their items be labeled. So this is what it ends up looking like. It either ends up with this, which has got this faded label. You can't even read the name anymore. It's got stains on it. It's nasty. And these are actually waterproof labels that I purchased, and it just hasn't worked. And then, like, even if you peel it off, you can actually see where at one point I just wrote the name of the child on there, and that's faded too, so that doesn't work. I also end up with this. This is painter's tape. I end up with painter's tape on here, and the name once again has faded off, and it's all crusty and nasty from going through the dishwasher. Or sometimes, like with Elmo, I just write the name on there. I can never find the masking tape. My husband, obviously, I mean, you can't really blame him. Why would you need masking tape in the kitchen? If you're not the one making the lunches, it's not going to be something that occurs to you. So we're constantly taking the masking tape out of the kitchen, and my Sharpie markers end up over there, because if I keep them in the drawer right here, or even up in the counter, somehow a child always manages to get a hold of them. So I have to go around the counter, get my Sharpie markers down, come back around, find the masking tape, write, or just write it right on the thing. It's just a headache I don't need to have. So, what happened recently was Epson sent me this awesome label maker. Now, so this is the top of the line for their label makers. They have this, which is a Bluetooth label maker, which you can use with your iPhone or Android device, and or it also works with your computer. You can, it's got a USB plug that comes with it. You can plug it straight into the computer. So anyway, they also have like the label makers that have the keypad on it that you can just type in. Those are much more basic, and they don't have a lot of flexibility in them. This bad boy right here is pretty amazing. Right off the bat, I love it because it is battery operated, or you can plug it into the wall. And because it's battery operated, I get to easily, without cords everywhere, store it right up here where I can get to it. I love that. So that way I'm not running anywhere. I had it in the laundry room for a little bit plugged in, but the batteries last forever. It's got an auto off feature because I never turn anything off. I just asked my husband. And that keeps the batteries from dying down. So, love the auto off. It's really, really easy. The cartridge stays right here in this little place, and then you literally just pull it in and out. That's as simple as installing a cartridge. So, once you get your cartridge installed and everything's set up, you just push the button to turn it on, and the little Bluetooth light, because it's Bluetooth connected to your phone or tablet, the Bluetooth light will come on, and it'll kind of fade in and out, letting you know that it's not connected. You download the phone on the app on your iPhone, and first things you're going to need to do is connect it in your settings panel. Once you go to settings and then to Bluetooth, you just have to choose the device, and it's the LW600P. So you just select that, and then once it's connected, you can go and open the app, the Epson app, and that's where you have tons of options. And it's pretty amazing. I'm gonna, in the post that this video is with, I'm gonna show you some of the different labels that I've done, and you have a little bit more flexibility when you're working on the desktop version of the software. Just as normal, desktop software tends to be a little bit more in-depth, and you can move around a little bit easier. But with the app, you can still do pretty amazing things. This is the label that I use for Bryce's lunches. It's got a little car with a border that's real cute, and all of this was done in the app. It's super simple. And the best thing is that once you have created your label, there's a history button. And you just push the history button and it shows the labels that you've created. So then I just select the Bryce K right there. Now I'm connected. My Bluetooth light is lit up. I select the Bryce K app, and then there's just this little print button right here. And it's printing. And that's it. It's as simple as that. So instead of having, let's see here. Instead of having this, you can take that nasty, crusty old label off and put this on. And it's got the easy peel tabs on the back, so you just bend it in half and it separates and peels off. So there's no fumbling with anything when I generally haven't had my coffee yet in the morning. And then I can just stick it right on the container. And that's it. And I've also used the labels. My whole house is going to be labeled. My husband's going to think I'm crazy. But I've also used the labels to label their little cubbies in the playroom. They also sent this awesome iron-on cartridge that allows you to print out just the same way. And you just stick the little cartridge in there just like I showed you. And instead of a sticky label, it prints out an iron-on label, which you can then, I've put it in their jackets and stuff. They go to school with them, and that way I know that their jacket will come back to me. And it keeps it, it's a lot nicer than writing on a tag or something like that. Their backpack, same thing. And that doesn't stop with the iron-on and the sticky ones. You can even do ribbons, you know, like the wedding or the baby shower ribbons or favor ribbons. You can get a ribbon cartridge and it spits it out like every so many inches. The possibilities are endless. You can use any graphics you want online. You can pull in graphics from other places. It gets a little bit more complicated because those graphics aren't necessarily, it's kind of taking a picture of those graphics. So it's best if you can use the graphics they provide. But as long as you're using a graphic that is a very bold, solid black and white print, you shouldn't have a problem with it. So, oh, and you don't just have to do black ink. A lot of the other labels come in colors with, like you can get blue ribbon with like a silver ink print on it for the ribbons. So many options. It makes life so much easier. It keeps things organized. I'm currently organizing our laundry room, and I know that this thing is going to get a lot of use in there. So you should really check it out. It is the Epson LW600P. It's their Labelworks product. There's lots of links throughout this video that you can click on, so just check it out. I hope you enjoyed as much as I have. Tracy, the Uncoordinated Mommy, and today I want to talk to you about getting ready in the morning and how tough that can be, especially when it comes to making lunches for your kids for school. I am constantly in a rush, no matter how much I want to plan and how much I want to get up early and get dressed before the kids. 9 times out of 10, my little one ends up being my alarm clock, and so I hit the ground running, getting them dressed, getting me dressed, getting everybody downstairs, trying to get them fed and their lunches made, because God knows I should be making it the night before, but that just doesn't happen. It's always in the morning in the rush of everything. So generally I get their breakfast made.